I'm going to use a couple catchphrases, or maybe one or two. I'm not sure how many in this little chat here, but there's a thing where people say, "You don't know," and "You don't know." You can't tell me because you don't understand. But there's also another saying where you can say, "I've been there, so I know better." And then there's another thing where, say, like teens and even adults or people that do certain things, like they party too much and they're out of control and they don't understand when someone says this isn't going to be good for your life, and they're so stuck in those moments that they can't get out of them. Say people that are way too egotistical or way too into material things or way too into the popularity and worrying about impressing other people. There's a reason that some people could say, listen, man, I see what you're doing, and I may not be you personally, but I can help you if you would try doing a couple things. And they'll be like, fuck that, man, fuck that. And for people to say that's stupid about something, or you shouldn't do that, or I would never do that about something that they have only heard of or never heard of, compared to someone who says, listen, man, I've been through shit. I've gone through drug rehabs and programs and accidents and people dying and overdoses and drug deals and big busts and ridden in cop cars and gone to jail and ran from the cops and hid in the woods from dogs. And I've done everything, man. And that's just in this one life. So if I only go on that purpose, I can say, listen, man, the stuff that you're doing, worrying about everybody, caring about your status, is something in your head. I can go as far as to saying, when you are walking out of a store after having a conversation with the attendant at the store, you could possibly have just had the most meaningful moment from saying, hey, do you have a couple extra bags? Because I need to clean some stuff out of my vehicle, and I want to get a couple bags so I can, clean them up. And they're like, oh, my dad keeps garbage bags. And I say, hey, Dad, do you have any garbage bags? And he'll hand me some of these plastic bags from the store, and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. And then, like, when she says bye to you, and you say, thank you very much, and like, oh, here you go. And, like, you just get this smile, and you connect with the eyes, and you're like, ah. And there's a higher part of you that says in your head, that was awesome. That's not you. That's not the body that's you, but that's the person, that's the I that just felt another living being that's right there. So when I come back to what I was saying, that when I see people doing this stuff and they're young, my kids doing exactly things that I know that I have done, that I have been there. I'm not just a senile thing where they're like, my parents can't tell me because they don't understand. I'm living in the same world and I stay modern. I'm in the now moment. That's, if you really know what that means, you know that everything that's going on, I'm very privy to and I understand it pretty well. And it's not that I need to know everyone's name and that I need to know what's going on in fashion or in politics, or in even science, or popularity contests, or the media. None of that shit matters. I have experienced and am experiencing, can't escape from the truth. And it's not all that flashy and flamboyant. There's nothing fantastic about it. You could sit and stare at a fire for the rest of your life, and that's the truth too. But at the same time, you can stay stimulating your mind with all these interesting things we have and all these shows and all these morbid things and all these perverted things, and you don't understand why you're out of balance. There's a reason. See, I'm saying it right here, and if you hear the words under the words, you'll understand what you've been doing. Because I've been doing it. Not up till now, but up to before. I've stopped doing a lot of these things, but at the same time, I can't, like, I wanted to escape from the world, but that means I can't even go buy ingredients for anything. I don't want to be part of a system that lives on sales and commercial revenue, and I'm not interested in a living, mortal spirit. Let's put it as much as I can. It's not about people or human beings. It's just a piece of life, God in motion. Put it that way, a living spirit. For someone to be alive and say that revenue and portfolio fucking matter, make me want to just say, what the hell has gone on with us? If your TV shows and stuff matter more than the environment failing and the government poisoning our food knowingly, and people saying, nah, they're doing it, but the police are part of that, and even the good policemen are working for a crew that doesn't give a fuck that they're a good policeman. They just know that, they have some people that, haven't understood the system yet, and they'll learn someday. They're just a rookie, or they're just green, or they're just soft, or they're just in a department that doesn't have the information, the inside scoop on what's really going on in the world, because they're eating the meat and the food too, because they're poisoning even their dogs, they're poisoning their politicians. They don't care. people are in place where they need to be in place. They need an actor here, they're going to put him in place. They're going to let him know what he needs to know. It's that whole need-to-know basis, on a need-to-know basis. You get where you get by knowing who you know. No, you don't. Those people are so delusional. Even the ones who have the big control and all the power, they're delusional. I know where they're going after they die. I know where all of us are going after we die. So that's what matters. So when I come back to just the personal stuff, and I say, listen, I've been in jail, I've been through relationships, many. I've had a lot of sex, and I've been through a lot of crime, and I've done a lot of drugs, and I've done a lot of drug dealing, and I've done a lot of partying, and whoopee-ding-dong. None of that stuff's cool. But I'm not coming from a place that I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not green under the gills. I'm not, a newbie out there. I'm not like a little broken-winged insect that hasn't flown around in the forest. I've been to places. And I've been to metaphysical, spiritual places that most people will never try to understand. So when I say just try it, someone could say, listen to these songs that I listen to with all this flashy stuff and these people that are tie-dyed and red and green and blue and pink and purple and tattoos all over their face and metal here and metal there and tattoos and piercings all up in their lips and nose and eye sockets. It doesn't matter, Whoopee, that's cool. That's another living, breathing thing who has been led to where they're at right now. And in the spirit of love and the spirit of understanding, I get that. And I see nature taking course in every plant, in every animal, and unfortunately every human being who doesn't have a conscious sense of what do I want to do to myself to make a point to myself this lifetime. But people are so out of control they don't know. And if someone says, oh, it's just because this is, you weren't in control of yourself and your past life was this, and they'll be like, that's why. And it'll easily fit along with something, and even if one little part is right, you're all of those people. So anyway, but if I was to say, listen, try this exercise, try this thing, try meditating by anybody's, try any guided meditation, try anything that helps you focus on something for a while. And they'll be like, that shit's stupid. I ain't no bitch. I ain't no whatever. I was like, until you can do something like that, until you can sit and focus on what you need to focus on for 10 minutes without like your interest, without your hobby, without your human ego saying, I can focus on music and write a song if I need to, if I want to. Of course you can. That's a hobby or an interest. Can you focus on something you don't want to focus on for 10 minutes? Can you listen to a guided meditation that you may be uncomfortable listening to or something like that because it sounds stupid to you? And then you do it to see what that side of life is like. That's when you can say, I don't like it. Give it a little more than one try when it's something that a lot of people recommend. Try a bunch of different ones. Try a bunch of different avenues. I say meditation because I see meditation as a different word. I know what it's been mutated into, but I know what it really is. And of course, there's many that do. But there's a lot out there who have no clue, and they say, yes, breathe in, breathe out, and scream and shout, and, forgive everybody, and don't think about anything bad, because that'll just be bad, and we don't want anything bad. We want life to just be good, so you're good and lovely, and everything's great, and they're too one-sided. There's got to be a balance, but when you need to totally relax and do that, at least keep in the back of your mind, your conscious being, that there is horrible out there, and there's beautiful out there. And you have to be a balance in between that can see the horrible going on, accept it for what it is, and work towards alleviating anything that harms you, or especially anything else, because you're part of that too. And that's not why especially. Others do come first. When someone says you're the witness, the reason the witness is the thing in this now moment, wit is smart. Smart is something that you know. Genius, or someone who just is a very intelligent person, known as a brainiac or something like that, is because they have wit. And when this moment is something that you're really paying attention to, ness means the sense of being, like what you're doing with. At this moment you have wit because you're here and you're paying attention and you know for sure, you're smart about it, you're privy, you're in the know, you have wit. And ness means yes, that's happening. Witness, you're in the nature of it, expressing here at this subject. And that's really what it means. I don't want to get too into words like that, but when you are truly what a witness is, not just what they say, you're the witness, somebody who, sees it happening but doesn't know. Like, it means that you're in it acting, but you're smart enough to understand what it means, and you know that your single experience doesn't mean the world. It's part of the world. Take away the body and everybody else around you without anything to sense it through, yeah, there's nothing here. There's nothing here but beautiful color and energy. We take different bodies, we take different forms. We can all be dust molecules, we can all be light particles, we can be minerals, that's what we call them, but we're just energy. And without a body, none of that stuff is here. But you can manifest it. When you truly understand what this is all for, you will be the unseen creating the seen out of your love, out of your light, out of everything that you really are. Everybody, this one guy can have tattoos all over his face. Another guy can be 2'10". Another guy can be 7'5". And then there's tons of people in between and not. And there's women, men, black, white, red, and green. It doesn't matter. Every single one of them, whatever they look like on the outside doesn't mean they haven't seen some horrible shit, been through some crazy stuff. You can see a little child who just saw his father hit his mom or his mother shoot drugs or do something bad, or or maybe they saw something good, and we're all experiencing good and bad. But the outside shell means jack shit. Stop worrying about what the outside shell looks like. Start working on what the inside spirit is, knows, has, and has become, can become. In this now moment, you don't have to worry about becoming. Just be. And be something that is intelligent and conscious enough to do the right shit. Please. For you and everything else. Anyway, till next time, that's all I got to say. Peace.